What is up, guys? I am They Coming, and welcome to today's live video on YouTube. Guys, we have a fantastic video ahead for you today. Boston Tea Party was victorious this weekend versus Divine Justice in the Champions War League Rising. And yeah, it was a fantastic war for us. We got up to 86 stars. Could have been a little bit better, to be honest with you. We did have a couple fails up top that sort of limited, or it kind of brought down our star count potentially. I think if we hadn't failed on a couple bases, we had the potential for 88 in this war. But we did overall have a good performance. I felt really proud of our guys at Town Hall 10. They put up a lot of really great looking attacks using a lot of different variety. And on the end of Divine Justice, these guys loved their witches, like absolutely loved their witches. I was just sort of getting, I guess, a rough estimate of the percentage, or like, I guess roughly how many witch hits there were for them in this war. And I want to say, if I were to spitball it, I think they used about 50 out of 60 hits involved witches. And that started at the Town Hall 9 level, went all the way up to Town Hall 12. So that was a pretty big deal. You know, from a streaming perspective, I was a little bit bored. You know, every time I clicked into a hit, you know, you guys know I don't like witches because it's, you know, it's just sort of a spam. And but anyways, I think that's ultimately what costed them. There are quite a few bases on the map for them where, you know, they just continued to hit the same bases with witches over and over and over. See, there's a couple bases down here: four defenses, 4 defenses, 4 defenses, 5 defenses for crunch, and it just kept going. You know, they would hit once with witches, they would hit again with witches, and it was pretty clear in some of these cases that it just wasn't working. So from my perspective, it was kind of hard to understand why they wouldn't change their strategy. So if you're going to be Divine Justice, if you're going to be paired up against Divine Justice in a future week of CWL, you might take note. These guys love their witches, and you know, designing bases or picking bases that are going to defend well against Frozen Witch might be the way to go for you, because in a lot of ways it seemed to be a very one-dimensional war for them. So anyways, there were, after we just sort of roasted them just a little bit right there, please don't take that too seriously, guys. Scheme Veen was one of their Town Hall 10s, and he actually had a 6-pack 10v10 using not witches. And I'm going to go ahead and show, I'll honor him and show one of his hits. He actually, and this just goes to show, this man uses basically the same army on 2 different bases, and he 6-packs with it, okay? This just is a testament to identifying the base, knowing what you're going after, knowing how to do the attack, and executing it. He had 2 beautiful hits, absolutely beautiful hits, and this is one of them. So he uses a Shattered Hobo on both of his 10v10s. And this is a little bit different from what I'm typically trying to do with Hog Riders these days. You guys have heard me talk about it maybe a little bit. I am typically trying to run either a CB, meaning 1 golem, cold-blooded 1 golem, or no golem at all, and just running the Wrecker King Queen in. So what he is losing on his back end, he certainly makes up for in his kill squad right here, because he eliminates basically half of the base with his kill squad, and it ends up being very high value what he does right here. The Wrecker is in, barely damaged at this point, is definitely going to be able to make it all the way back towards this defending queen and the Inferno Tower. He's going to choose to freeze the queen here, and in hindsight, I think this is probably the right call, because he sees this multi. The multi is not really going to be the thing that will stop the queen or stop the Wrecker. The queen will be the one to stop the Wrecker. So look, he's all the way down here. He will eliminate that compartment basically with all those troops. The Inferno is going to fall, but he started his hogs from 12 o'clock here, and they're going to be pressing forward. So check it out. Hogs are coming down. He's still got 2 more heals after that one that he just placed, and he's got plenty of hogs on the board. His Valks just now come out of the Wrecker, and they'll be on the cleanup duty. And 1 heal, 2 heals, he decides to sort of spread them out, stack them up just a little bit, because he has sort of a wide spread of his hogs. I think that was probably the right call right there, not really banking on trying to get all of the hogs that he had into 1 heal. But even then, I still think if he just waited for 1 group to path down, like this top group to come down and then healed, I think he still would have crushed it, because look how many hogs he has. They did hit that bomb tower at the very last second, but that's it, guys. The base is cleared. So GG, well played to Scheme Veen. Scheme Veen, I hope that you are helping your clan with one of these strategies. To go ahead and shout out, I think one other guy, I think there was a dude named Scorpion. He had a really nice miner hit. And then there were a couple guys, I think one other guy tried to do a La Lune 10v10, and it just didn't quite pan out, but the attack the plan, it looked really good. I just wish it had actually gone for 3. Anyways, let's move over to the Boston Tea Party side, and let's see what our guys are doing. So, on the side of Boston Tea Party, we got Crunch hitting number 17. This is going to be a 10v10 Suicide Hero Miner hit. Now, this was so freaking dominant. He pretty much could have swagged this last heal here, but you can see that the base is very like boxy, like it's just one big box, and he has a lot of trash on the outside. So this is a weakness when it comes to, you know, miners. Okay, if the pathing for the miners is relatively straightforward, and you have a lot of trash that's on the outside of your base, such as this, sending the miners in and just walling straight through the base is very, very easy. Now, if the base was a little bit more funky shaped, if it had some more hanging compartments, a little bit more asymmetrical than this, it certainly would have been more difficult for the miners to be used. And in this case, Crunch handles this beautifully. I was actually in voice chat with him during the planning session and also during the live attack itself, just sort of spotting it. But really, there was nothing to spot. I mean, he just smokes this so hard. The Queen is suicided for the funnel at 3, the King for the funnel at 9, or 12 to 9, basically. And then you see the record is going to be in there, tanking as the King would have been beating on some of the miners. That Wizard so clutch taking down that Archer Tower. And look at the pathing set, guys. He's got this nice chunk of miners that are heading into, looks like 4-point defenses. The Hound Loon is coming into the same spot. The Wrecker's been tanking the whole time. He's still got 5 heals, and he's done 42% of the base. Rip, right? So this is looking really, really good for him, and it's going to be a dominant 3-star. The Queen did die out. That was her job, to be suicided there, and the poison does eat the Loon. He has a second poison, and he's not even going to bother dropping it until maybe he were to see a second ground skeleton trap. But look, those 2 heals side by side, tons of miners alive, still doing work. Big bomb goes off, doesn't matter. Miners are crapping on people, and it's just like, GG, dude. He decides to drop his last heal here. I don't think it was needed because he only had like 1 miner on that bomb tower right there. He decides to heal anyway. I mean, really nice stuff, Crunch. This was perfect base identification, noticing just this very sort of compact, straightforward pathing that the miners would have as long as they funneled either side. It was really, really good. Really, really good. And I'll go and check live chat right now because you guys who are watching me film it live, let's see what you guys say. When is the Twitch stream? It's going to be after this. I'm going to take maybe 20-30 minutes to recalibrate and set up my Twitch stream. We'll be on the Town Hall 10 and the Town Hall 12 today. We have some stuff to do on our 12, guys. We got a builder left, or we have a builder available. We're going to be doing an expo with a book today. It's going to be sexy. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and back out, and we'll check out the last 3 attacks here. The last 3. We've only done 2. We're on the 3rd attack of the recap. We're going to be looking at number 16, and this is Lunker's hit. Lunker does a little bit of a Laloon here. So he's going to be running in a Wrecker with his King and his Queen, trying to kill the defending Queen, get an air defense, get one of these Infernos down, and he does so very, very beautifully. Let's go ahead and see how he do it. So he's going to get some minions to funnel nice and early. He's going to put down a Giant and a Wizard. He wants to get this out, and this is actually perfect because he doesn't want his King for any reason to want to go up and around that corner. So just getting that one building down was the point of the Giant Wizard, and it was timed very, very nicely. The King is actually going to want to go into this trough, so this is actually going to help push the Queen into this compartment and have the ability to hit this Inferno Tower. So King ability is popped off. He's going to be running in. King is going to not be able to kill the Queen, but that's what the Wrecker is for. The Wrecker is still going. He's going to pop it early. He decides, you know what, I don't want that Wrecker to go past the Queen here. The Rage spell's down, and the Valkyries under Rage are taking out the skeletons, are going to kill the Queen. Queen ability forced because of the baby dragon there. And very nice entry. She is actually going to reach up here and get the Rage just a little bit to get that sweeper down. And then look at the pathing set, guys. He's got this perfect L shape that is going to lead his Laloon all the way around the base, and it's going to be very, very nice 3-star here. So still 4 more haste and a heal on top of this. Notice he doesn't have any rages here, and this is probably a function of the fact that a lot of this stuff is kind of spread out. Like this top compartment might have been an okay place to put a rage, but just being able to traverse all this space right here and make sure that you're going to have the speed to cover the ground between this section and this section with the expo. Dropping a rage to sort of speed along through there probably would not have been a good call. You can see he's using 1 haste to move into that compartment and another heal, and he's still got a haste. He's going to drop the haste maybe, or will he swag it? He probably doesn't need it, but he goes ahead and gets that Devil's Triangle right there, hitting all that stuff together. Now he does have to backtrack for this Tesla. I think this was a fresh hit. And he's going to get it done. So GG, well played to Lunker, but that's why you hold the Pocket Loon. That's why you always hold that pocket loon looking for those Teslas. Good stuff, Lunker. Lunker is doing very, very, very well with his Laloons lately. I love it. I love it, baby. All right. So, actually not play again, rip. Now let's move up to Titty hitting number 14 right here. And Titty is bringing the CB Hobo. So CB meaning cold-blooded, that is 1 golem. So he's going to be putting 1 golem, 1 bowler, 36 hog riders. And the bowler, I believe, is used to funnel, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to toss it. Yeah, he's going to funnel. He's going to skip off those 2 gold mines, try to get some of that trash out. It's going to help his kill squad move a little bit more intentionally. And let's see where he chooses to enter. I believe it's from this top side, if I'm not mistaken, because the town hall's right there. And wizard down in the corner, golem onto the wizard tower, and wall wrecker moving in. So honestly, if his king were to walk here, it's really not that big of a deal. The king coming in, I think, was definitely planned, but if he had chosen to walk, I don't think it would have been a problem. The king is going to be quite healthy to push in, kill the queen, plus he's going to have the wall wrecker here. Now, knowing that there is a CC Lava Hound, you don't want to drop your queen on this. So I believe he did, in fact, know very clearly that there was going to be a Hound Loon here, and he does a very good job of, just planning around it. He's going to drop those bowlers, and those bowlers are going to go spibbity, spobbity, spat, get some nice bounces, just wrecking defenses. Lots of damage dealt to that core. Both bomb towers down, and now he's just got 2 Infernos and some pretty nice looking pathing for his hog riders. Queen's going to be moving in slowly here. Now, this queen could have probably been dropped a little bit earlier, so she could have cut this funnel a little bit better, because it doesn't look like she's going to get onto the defenses by the time the hogs arrive. So this is definitely somewhat of a timing thing. If you're going to be doing this, you want to make sure to get that queen down at the perfect time, so that she's going to be able to, cut some defenses off, because I don't think that she did that much. I think she got the Tesla, maybe a couple shots onto the wizard tower, but the hogs were already there. 1 more heal to get into this Inferno Tower compartment, and another heal for this top side. Does he even need the final heal? That is going to be the question. I think he will probably end up dropping it for good measure. He is running slowly out of hog riders, but it looks like he's got about 8 in there, and that's going to be enough to clean it up. So GG, well played to Titty, pulling off that Town Hall 10 6-pack, dude. Really, really, really nice stuff, bro. Nice. All right, so we're gonna look at the last attack of this recap. It's gonna be Trunks with the Queen Walk Miner for an 11v11. So let's go ahead and look at number 7 here. Trunks taking on Libby. All right, so we have 3 healers. We have 34 miners, 4 minions, a bowler, a wrecker, and of course the heroes. 5 heal, 1 rage. So you're probably wondering, okay, I thought you need at least 4 healers for a Queen Walk. Technically speaking, yes, in most cases. Where he chooses to walk his queen, though, she's not going to be in terrible danger until she gets closer to the back end of the base here. And because that is the case, just firing off the ability is going to give him sufficient value out of that queen to get this one done, because he's also going to have 34 miners. If you do get a healer swap onto miners, that is not usually a bad thing, because miners are usually clumping up together. So getting some splash heal on the miners, it's like you get an additional heal spell in one way or another. Anyways, the queen up at 12, her job is going to be to walk 12 to 3 here, and then the wrecker over at 9, basically to crack this compartment and go after this stuff here. So king is going to be also used to funnel, clearing all this trash for free on the outside. He sends the miners nice and early to start closing in on this stuff. Wrecker's still wrecking, and the miners will eventually get in for that Inferno Tower and this compartment. So he just stacks 2 heals side by side. Really good idea there. It might seem like he overcommitted spells at the beginning of the raid, but given that I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd attempt on this base, just recognize that really makes a big difference. If you lose too many miners, to start the raid, you're going to be in trouble. So he gets a rage down in the core. It's going to help one-shot the queen, get this stuff out, also move on to the Eagle Artillery. Eagle Artillery falls very, very quickly. And now the queen, after having expended that ability, she's walked all the way down that way. Look how much stuff she cleared with just 3 healers. So this is, I think, very well scouted, very well thought out. And that final heal spell is going to be used to eat all the most dangerous point defense. Also get a little bit of chip damage onto that king. I think they may actually kill him. It's a lot of miners there. Yeah, I think so. And the miners will split, finish off the point defenses. We'll just go ahead and put it on 2x. We know that it's a 3-star. So, yes. All right. Someone else has asked the question, is COC still exciting? Yeah, dude, of course. I mean, I've never felt Like COC has bored me. The only thing that bores me is when people use like witch spam. Like that is boring to me. But anyways, guys, yeah. Thank you for watching the recap. GG well played to Divine Justice. I hope for their sake that they, are going to be diversifying some of their attack strategies throughout the rest of the season, because I think people are figuring out that, just being solely focused on witches. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think about 50 out of 60 of their hits used witches. It just seemed it seemed to be a very one-dimensional attack plan. Just throw the same thing at something over and over and over. Pray to the RNG gods that it's going to work the second or third time, and in a lot of cases, it wasn't working for them. So, once again, I will shout out also Scheme Veen for his Town Hall 10 6-pack. A member of Divine Justice, he was bringing the Shattered Hobo and did very, very well with that hit. Very impressed with that with that, guys. So, anyways, dudes, we will be streaming on Twitch shortly after this. I'm going to recalibrate the stream, probably log on around 4:30, 4:45. So that's about 20 to 30 minutes from now for a live stream on Twitch. If you're interested in watching me live, I'm going to be streaming on my Town Hall 10 and my Town Hall 12, just doing a little bit of farm action on the public ladder, trying to get some money. We got some upgrades to do on our Town Hall 12 and our Town Hall 10. And yeah, we'll just be chilling out, having a fun time. Would love to see you around. Also, I'm going to TwitchCon, so if you guys would like to support me and my endeavors on YouTube and Twitch, I do have a donation bar right here. And actually, this is for some reason not updating. I actually checked on this yesterday, and there are values that I guess I have to manually input. I think we're up to like about $350 out of $800 here, and I'll be changing that before I start my Twitch stream. But any donations would greatly be appreciated, because it's an expensive trip to make all the way out to California from Atlanta here. Much love, guys. I'll see you on Twitch soon. Peace out.